Hi everyone and welcome to FPL with me got no skill. It's nearly game week 4 and I had a terrible game week 3, so I'm going to use my wildcard. And after revealing my wildcard team, I'll be going through the captain choices and predictions for game week 4. But before we get started, let's go through some tips when using the wildcard. And the first one is to transfer in the most transferred in players, or more commonly known as bandwagoning. The reason for this is because these players are more likely to get price rises, and it's good to have the option of having the player before they price rise than to miss out on them by 0.1. In some cases, you may even get an instant profit of 0.1 if the player manages to rise by 0.2 within a game week. So it's important to transfer in your players as early as possible. By getting them before the price rises, you have more options towards the start of the game week when you fix up your team. So now let's go through my current wildcard team, with one or two players subject to change. And here it is. So starting from the back, I've gone for Hennessy and Ryan in goal. And on the left are Hennessy's fixtures, whereas on the right are Ryan's, and you can see that they have a good run of fixtures for over 10 game weeks, which is why I've gone for them. Then we move on to the defenders, and there are three that are almost essential at the moment, and they are Robertson, Mendy and Alonso, as they have been consistently high scoring with both offensive and defensive returns. And with defenders scoring so well at the moment, I've decided to invest more heavily into the defense and get Monreal as well. Arsenal have a great run of games now, and whilst they haven't been great defensively, I expect them to start getting clean sheets soon, especially from this run of fixtures. And finally we have Wan-Bissaka, the budget option, as 5 at the back seems a bit too much, so he is here to stay. Salah is also staying, as he is very consistent, despite not getting many bonus points. Mkhitaryan is also staying, as Arsenal have great fixtures, and he is taking most of the set pieces. Walcott and Mura are a couple of the most transferred in players, so I've bandwagoned them as well. However, I didn't do it quick enough and I lost 0.2 in value, which is really frustrating, and also why I think the price system should be changed. But that's hopefully a discussion for a future video. And finally, I have Ryan Fraser from Bournemouth. After their Chelsea game, Bournemouth have a good run of fixtures, which is why I've decided to go for him as well as Callum Wilson. And my one premium forward is unchanged, as it is Sergio Aguero, who is capable of such big point scores that I think it's too scary to not have him. Finally, I have Kamara still in my team, whom I'm considering to just leave there, as he got 2 goals in the Carabao Cup and his price doesn't look likely to drop soon. However, it's probably better to maximize your wildcard, so a move to Jimenez of Wolves or Danny Ings of Southampton looks likely. So that's my wildcard team at the moment. If you got a good suggestion, let me know in the comments below. But now let's move on to the game week 4 captains. And Sergio Aguero looks to be the most popular captain for this game week. This is due to his 14 career goals against Newcastle in just 11 games. He also wrote himself into Premier League history and fantasy folklore, as he scored 5 goals against Newcastle 3 seasons ago. So if you do have Aguero, I think you should captain him for sure. If you don't go for Aguero, Salah always remains a solid captain choice. Another midfield option is Eden Hazard, as he is back starting and looking as good as before. A differential captain could be Aaron Ramsey, as he goes back to Cardiff City where his career began, and he could be in amongst the goals, making it more than just a nostalgic trip. And finally, with defenders such as Mendy and Alonso doing so well, they are starting to become weekly captain options. And that's all for my captain picks for game week 4, and now let's go through my predictions. And all the big teams this week have relatively easy games, so I don't think there will be many surprises. Which is why I'm picking Liverpool, Chelsea, Palace, Everton, Man City, Arsenal, Man United and Spurs to win, with Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, Wolves the only draws. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Good luck for game week 4 and please consider subscribing.